Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ben Made A Letterboxd for New Show Plus. New Show Plus is a show each and every week here from MinnMax, which is a place about games, friends, and getting better, where we let Patreon supporters at the $10 tier, the Backstage Pass tier, vote for which new show we create or continue. And of course, this week, by popular demand, they voted for me to make a social media account. Woo-hoo-hoo!
They just wanted to see you navigating more web pages. I think that's what the vote was.
Yeah, the show could have been called Ben Accepts More Cookies into his life on these various websites. But I'm Ben Hansen. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic adventure. I'm joined by one Jacob Geller.
I'm Jacob Geller.
Jacob
Thanks
Geller,
for joining us too.
What made you think of this? Were we talking about movies on the Monday meeting? This was your pitch. This is on you, buddy.
It was. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a lot of times we're just like, what if we talked about movies? And it's hard to figure out how that fits into a show. And this, we had talked about it in the past, maybe both on and off pod. And like, this is one of the few social medias that people enjoy having.
Yes, right.
And you like movies a lot, and
Right.
we like talking about movies. And I was just like, I think this would actually be a hit. I think you would enjoy just writing down the little movies that you watched and putting them in lists.
Yeah, you're right. I'm being a stick in the mud. I'm going in with an open mind, but I could monologue for 30 minutes, speaking of cinema's greatest monologues, about how it's just like, I just don't want another stupid thing to check on my phone, is what so much of it comes down to.
I understand that. And what's nice about Letterboxd is you don't have to. It's it's not really. The thing about it is it's not really a social media. Like, yes, you can follow people and see what movies they're watching.
Yeah.
But like largely how I use it is like yesterday I watched a movie and then I go on and I click I watched this movie, write like a sentence as a review. And then at the end of this year, I can be like, hey, what did I watch in June? And then you can just scroll back and look at all the movies you saw in June and which ones you liked.
Yeah, that's helpful, especially for like old movies where it's like, oh, going through a bunch of old films, like, oh, which ones have I seen? I have like a really dopey list in my phone of movies I need to watch. I'll get to that later on, but I have a list in my phone of like movies to watch, and it is like hundreds of movies at this point, but I have it broken up for like movies to watch with my wife, movies to watch with these friends, movies to watch with these friends, movies to watch on a projector outside. You know, it's like, and so having some way even just to organize that stuff once I've seen it, I think would help.
There is definitely that functionality here. We can make those lists IRL, well, not IRL, but on Letterboxd.
Wow, better than IRL, Jacob Geller says. This show is not paid for by Letterboxd. Hey, if you enjoy MinnMax, you enjoy the site that we're building here, you want to help support what we're building with MinnMax, and you would like a Steam code for an awesome game this week only. If you jump in and support us on Patreon at any tier, even that $2 tier, we will DM you on Patreon with a Steam code for Promise Mascot Agency. One of Leo's favorite games, released back in April, I believe. But when it came out, Leo's like, oh, this is such a lock for my personal top 10 list.
I still see people talking about that game today. Like, people are still posting about how good it is.
Yeah, definitely hidden gem from this year. PS2 sensibilities, Yakuza-like sensibilities, part graphic novel, but primarily driving around in a PS2-ish open world. But Promise Mascot Agency, if you want a great game with overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, you can jump in and support MinnMax at the $2 tier on Patreon. And again, check your DMs on Patreon. I will personally send you a message and send you out a code if you jump in before October 20th, 2025, this coming Monday. And we will post on Instagram and Discord and Blue Sky if we run out of codes. But jump in, we'd greatly appreciate it. All right, Jacob, this landing page, it's a lot of them trying to get me to buy tickets to Begonia.
Which, to be honest, I do want to see.
I mean, it is.
I love a weirdo Yorgos.
Okay, it seems all right. Where do I start? What do I do?
Okay.
Do I find people to follow?
What is the most recent movie that you have watched in your life?
New?
No, just the last movie you watched. Doesn't matter when it came out.
I watched Karate Kid Legends on the flight from LA, and I watched Lincoln.
Okay, perfect. So go scroll up to the top.
Yeah.
And there's that green button that says log.
Great. Lincoln. The 2012 Steven Spielberg film Lincoln.
Okay, and then you watched that presumably yesterday?
Oh, whoops. Yeah. Jacob, this is so annoying. Okay, and I've watched...
You have to click on a date.
I've watched this before. Oh my God! See, they trick you. You click on this and it's like, right, the Gettysburg Address of reviews is what it's demanding from me.
So, yeah, this is when, and you don't have to do this right now.
Yeah.
But you can decide what kind of Letterboxd reviewer you are.
Right.
Where some people write long, thoughtful expanses of words about most movies. And I would say most people on Letterboxd write things like, "This happened to my buddy Kevin," you know, about a movie, or just whatever. So that's good. Okay. And that's right. Don't spoil it. So then you can decide. You do not have to give it a star rating.
Okay.
But it's fun to, if you would like.
Ooh, I like this UI, how it's like, it has the half stars. Feels like it's like a meter. Oh, that's satisfying. Okay.
And then what I think is interesting about the Letterboxd ranking system is they have the like button that's separate from your star rating. And
how?
So
why?
Because you could say, I think this is a 2-star movie, but I really like it. Or I think, you know, for me, it's kind of like the passion meter of like, you know, I think this is very well done. All the acting's great. I didn't attach myself to it that much. Maybe I'm giving it 4 stars, but no like.
Right.
Or I know this is dumb, but I had a great time. 2.5 stars plus that hard.
Interesting. I wonder if any gaming sites do that.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
it's
do
like
you mean as an official
tilt.
reviewer, or like as a, because there's Backlogged, which I don't use, but as I understand is basically a copy of Letterboxd for games.
Also made in Rochester, Minnesota.
Wow,
fun fact. I would give Lincoln 4.5 personally.
I think that's a great score.
And you know what? I freaking like this movie. Obviously.
Hell yeah.
I'm feeling passionate about it. Now, the tags. Is this for you? This is for everybody searching? Historical? Do I describe the movie?
I think it's largely for you. This is something that I don't use a lot, but our friends of the pod, Griffin Newman and David Sims, I will occasionally see like Griffin tag it like with the theater that he saw it in.
Right.
So if you wanted, you could tag it Airplane. Because you watch it on a plane. Yeah. Or you could just not tag it at all.
No, I'm going to tag most of these Airplane. All right, I'm hitting save.
Good.
In that it reminds me of the film Airplane. I think that's the way their tagging system works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was I just listened to like the big picture discussion about Daniel Day-Lewis and all his performance that David Sims from, of course, Blank Check was on, and it was so fun to listen to again. It's like, I've seen Lincoln so many times, but it is weird comfort food. At this point, that film. Are you a Lincoln nut?
This is messed up. I have not seen that
film. Ooh, I don't like hearing you say that. Ooh, makes my skin crawl.
I would like to see it, but it's because I don't have it in my brain as comfort food.
Yeah.
I haven't like encountered the evening where I'm like, I'm sitting down and watching Lincoln.
It's just slowly watching the process. And what I love about it is like, It does not make Lincoln seem like a great guy. It is all just about like, hey, we all got ideals, but we're in Washington. Like, we got to get dirty to make stuff happen. And it's just so cool that it's so zoomed in a Steve Jobs-esque way, right? Of like, there's so much you can cover with Lincoln, but like, we're just zooming in to this era where he's trying to pass the 13th Amendment. And it's like, I think this is legal. I'm going to go for it. And it's a little bit shady. And then you have all the Democrats in Congress being like, he's a dictator. He's a dictator. And it's like, they're not wrong in certain ways. Like especially right now, it's a really fascinating look. And like, I know everyone always talks about it. But I assume you've heard this discussion about like the historical bit that they're really pulling from is the White House is always like pitch black. And there are just constant fires roaring in the lighthouse. It just seems like a struggle to get any light in the lighthouse, which I think is like a fun little factoid of like, oh, before there's electric lighting, like, yeah, you had to have fires everywhere and it takes place in like January. So it's just cold and dark. But it's like they took that to such an extreme. Like, there are windows in the White House, yet still it is just like a haunted house everywhere you go in the White House in Lincoln to an obnoxious degree. But it's very satisfying.
No, actually, recently on a flight of mine, I filled a different Spielberg gap, which is I watched Ready Player One.
Ooh, okay.
And I was like, look, I'm not super excited about this, but it's a Steven Spielberg movie. I'm like, I bet that I'm gonna find something to like. And boy, that movie sucks so bad.
And you know, isn't it weird?
I know that like David Sims defends it, and I know that you kind of like, and I'm just like, I have to intellectualize this so much before I can get past the fact that just like I hate everything that's happening.
You're telling me you did not? Okay. Get your face really close to the camera if you can. I want you to recreate the expression you made when that chest burster popped out of Goro from Mortal Kombat's chest. Didn't that happen? That's a thing that happened in that film, right?
That did, and then the chest burster ate Goro up, and then it was the hot lady avatar who, in the real world, she's hideous, Ben. She's so gross.
I would love to hear the negotiations with the agent of that beautiful actress, right? Like, how did that scene get passed of like, don't look at me, I'm hideous, I'm a hottie body with one mark on my cheek?
I mean, I think the real problem is that book is atrocious, and the like writer of the book was one of the screenwriters, and so it's like, it's not gonna get better than that.
Okay, so Ready Player One. All right. Now I have not seen this since the theaters. Like David Sims again. Welcome to us. This is basically the Blank Check podcast recap podcast that we threaten about doing all the time because it's such a good show. But like the chase scene is good, like the big race scene, I should say, right? Like it's well done action. It's
fine, though I don't feel like it's what Spielberg is good at, because it's like I don't have a sense of like space or geography. I guess the fun part of that is like anything can happen because the world's not real, but like I don't, it's not like the Tintin chase.
Right.
Which is like Spielberg working in total CGI, doing something that is still like his magic and exciting. And I just can't. It's just so fucking stupid, Ben. The movie is, bleep me if you want. Just the idea
bleeping your opinion, not the swears.
Like, I've been watching a lot of speedruns for Silksong recently because it's really exciting with how new that game is, like how quickly people are discovering new things that just completely change the shape of the game. And like them being like, it's been 10 years and no one has ever driven backwards on this track.
Yeah.
Or like the thing at the end where they're playing every Atari 2600 game.
Right.
And I'm like, it's adventure. They have to get the Easter egg. And they have these like dudes who are like, we studied this for years. We don't know. And then there's like one person who knows that there's an Easter egg in adventure. It's just like, I shouldn't know it. As like a random dumb guy, I should not know what the Easter egg is.
You're not a random dumb guy. You have focused on the game industry more than 99.9% of the population, and you know it.
Okay, but not more than those guys who are apparently Atari 2600 historians.
Okay, how deep does your rabbit hole go? Did you know that, just to connect all your worlds here, that there was a new adventure game released on the same day as Silksong?
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Adventure Samsara? Is that what it's called? Believe it or not, it's another Atari joint that is just completely...
I saw the box art for this. I had no idea that it was...
It's that adventure.
Adventure. Oh my God.
And again, this is we're doing Letterboxd. We're not talking about video games, but 38 reviews on Steam. Like, it is just... To be fair, it was Silksong Day.
I think they should have just called it Adventure. Like, when you call it Adventure of Samsara, you lose all that, like, name cred.
Right. Yeah, how do you get that across? Adventure : The New Adventures of Samsara? Like, how do you really...
Adventure, parentheses, the old one from the Atari 2600.
From Ready Player One's Easter egg scene.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay. Love this.
So
okay.
You've set one movie. This is great. You can put in Karate Kid Legends if you want at a later date.
I don't want to.
The next most important thing to do is you got to set your top 4.
Oh, this is like MySpace top friends thing.
Yes. So I think it's under, if you go to the Yozetti tab, there should be a drop down.
Yeah,
maybe
profile?
I think it's in profile. Yeah.
Profile.
Let's see. If you edit profile, does that get you your top 4?
Don't show my address. Don't show my address.
Yeah, there we go. Favorite films.
Oh, so this is tough. You got to really lock this in, huh?
Ben, I will say, if you want to edit this later, we can't see her email.
Good.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay, so I have to do this live, huh? Do they give me suggestions? Oh my God! No. It is just a cold slate.
So I'll say here. I'll pull mine up, or even, you know what you can do? You can go to my profile. You can see what I look like. So I'm Jakob G42 on Letterboxd.
I don't know how to go back successfully. Is this saving?
You don't need to go back. You just need to click search at the top.
Okay. Jakob. Why is it Jakob?
Jakob kind of sounds like Jacob in Hebrew. There we go. That's me. I don't know what those are.
Look at you go. Ah! Jacob, I don't want to see Black Phone 2. I'm not picking up that phone.
This is atrocious, whatever they're doing to you with this movie.
Have you seen trailers for that where he's like, Ethan Hawke as scary mask guy, he's like, death is just a word. It's like, no, it's not. You're not. I don't understand how you're still alive.
You can say that about any word.
Yeah, come on, man.
So here are my, up at the top, those are my top 4. No, go back up.
Hang on, did you watch Fiddler on the Roof because Jason Schreier mentioned it on the MinnMax show?
No, I actually watched it and then I listened to that episode and was like, wow, Jews do be talking about Fiddler on the
Roof. All right, so I see these are your 4?
These are my 4, and
I wouldn't have guessed them is
they're a moving target. Like you can change these all the time.
Right.
Presently, these are, I feel like, my top 4.
Yeah, it's Fantastic Mr. Fox, Under the Skin, Castle in the Sky, and Fargo. I did not pin you as a Fargo man.
I have family in rural Minnesota.
Yeah, well, you know what? Needn't say more.
That's it.
Yeah. Have you watched A Serious Man yet?
Yes.
Okay. Did you log it?
Yeah. It's well back at this point. But,
okay, hang on. Don't tell me. I got to look for the, of course, poster of Serious Man. A complete unknown that's close. Hang on. Jacob Geller gave 1.5 stars to Jurassic World Rebirth? And in the review, he says that was being generous? Wait, only 3 stars for 28 years later?
But I liked it.
I don't understand your philosophy at all. Naked Gun, I just rewatched that. That's a biggie. Jacob gave it 3.5 stars. Oh, this is fun because I like movie reviews, Jacob. I see.
Yeah.
I see the appeal here. Where is your Serious Man review?
I think it's actually... Maybe I forgot to log it.
Okay, log it live, man. What would you give it?
Okay, but now this is tough because I gotta figure out the day that I watched it.
Do you really care about that?
I mean, it's fun to have.
Okay.
I think I watched it in September. Okay. A Serious Man. Joel and Ethan Coen. I'm going to say that I watched it on September 17th.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I have watched it because it's logged. I don't know why it's not showing up in my diary.
God damn it.
Okay, I found it. It's just below Neja 2.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have to go back to mine, which is, I have to say, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in a theater.
Oh, good. Going back is tough. It's nearly impossible. Okay. And what did you give A Serious Man?
I think I gave it 4.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is damn high. Okay, I'm very glad. Different than you expected?
Yeah, honestly, I was expecting it to be harder to watch. I thought that it was going to be like a darker, or like a more black comedy where you're going to be like covering your eyes. And instead it was like mostly just like silly bad things happening to him as opposed to like truly horrible.
I guess, yeah, it's ambiguous. You don't get to see people die from a tornado, I suppose.
I don't know why it's not showing up there. I feel like there's it's
This is the worst thing that happened to that guy.
Like, it's
That's fine.
because I can see on mine, it's like it's beginning in August, and I feel like there's part of yours that's being like,
Whatever.
part of my page is being cut off. It doesn't matter.
Did I tell you the weird journey that I had? I'm sure I did at some point, but I was so excited for A Serious Man, and it probably lends to me being so partial to that movie is I was an intern at the Minnesota Film and Television Board, and they're like, oh, could you just go through these scripts that have been submitted and like give a rundown? I forget what it's called. There's some like summary you make of scripts of like, okay, these are all the shooting locations. Here's yada, 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 just some shorthands for people to reference. And so I opened their big drawer of scripts, and in there they had the full script from A Serious Man. And this is when it was just announced. There's like the only info on the internet was
awesome.
like Coen Brothers' next film is called A Serious Man. They're shooting it. And that was it. And so to have that entire script, like, all right, I'm just going to stay late and read this whole script. And it was so freaking fun to sit on the floor and read that. And especially because like the opening of that movie, where it's just that little like kind of Jewish parable, you know, of just like reading that, like, they're probably not actually going to film this, right? Like, I don't know what I'm even reading. It's the most confusing way to read a script if you're not used to reading them. It's just like, here's just a standalone little kind of Pixar short equivalent for this Coen Brothers movie.
I assume you've listened to this week.
I haven't yet. I've been saving it. Yeah.
Okay. There's a quote from the Coens where they're talking about how they made that movie for $7 million, and it's basically like, yeah, well, when you're making a movie about suburban Minnesota Jews and your sex guy is played by Fred Melamed, the money isn't exactly rolling in.
Leo is screaming at us to show his. Oh, he's a pro. What does that mean?
Ooh. I don't know if I follow Leo. Maybe he doesn't get these full screen ads that you're experiencing.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're missing out. Okay, so Leo's favorite films, Swiss Army Man. I knew that. Kingsman, I knew that. The Raid 2. I don't think Leo's even seen that movie. I've never heard him talk about it. I think he's
I like
a
the Raid
poser.
1 better, personally, but, you know, to each their own.
And then Under the Silver Lake. Weird. You guys are both fans of going under things.
Yeah, well, Under the S.
Recent activity. Let's see. Leo just watched Confessions of a Shopaholic figures.
5 stars and a like.
Wow. He gave 4 stars and a like to One Battle After Another. I wish I could see the name of the movie in this interface. Am I just not zoomed in enough or something?
Maybe if you click, see, there's the tiles. If you click to the other side of it, next to the
Yeah. Oh, I guess this is a little
that
bit
makes
better.
it bigger, but you still can't see the name.
Well, if it's on the poster, I can see it. So Naked Gun, he gave 4 stars. Superman, he gave 4.5. That's big. 3 years later, he gave 4. Jurassic World Rebirth, half star. Let me tell you the main reason I'm not on Letterboxd, and it's because I think somebody in Discord said that Leo reviewed a movie that I'm not gaga about, but I think I just don't want to get angry seeing that like my friends don't like movies that I kind of liked a little bit. And when I heard that
You
Leo,
did a spoiler cast about Jurassic World Rebirth. you need to be sheltering yourself more if you don't like that.
Yeah, you're right. No, but there was, let's see if I can find it. It was a while ago, but I heard that, yeah, this is it. The fact that Leo was so hard on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, he gave half a star to.
To be clear, that's 1.5 stars.
Oh, okay. 1.5 stars to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I was shocked by that. Like that, that's not valid. Heal from that. I just feel like that film, it's the same director as the upcoming Zelda movie. And I love the last trilogy of Planet of the Apes movies. And I saw this one and I was like, all right, it's in that ballpark. Like it's not to the highest highs of the franchise, but like cool little sci-fi movie that looked amazing and had an interesting concept of like how messages can be distorted through generations and the legacy left behind and stuff. And then for Leo to be so anti Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, it made me livid.
This is ridiculous. You're on a podcast with Janet Garcia, who's asking you to pull up her Letterboxd right now. And her movie opinions are the most opposite to yours I've ever heard. Does that make you upset every day?
Okay. Like on gaming wise, you mean?
No, when she talks about how much like Ferris Bueller sucks and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not like nutso about that, about Ferris Bueller. Plus,
this is great for me. I also didn't follow Janet.
So here we go. So Janet's top 4, of course, are Goodfellas, Ocean's 11, Before Sunrise, and 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's a
an
good
awesome top 4.
That's a good Venn diagram. A lot of romance. It was not to spoil anything about Janet's wedding.
There's two of them.
But hang on. Yeah, is there a sex scene in Ocean's 11? Is there implied romance? Probably.
I mean, there's the romance between is that the one with where Clooney and what's her name were getting back together?
That's a yes.
Janet's seen it 400 times. She'll be able to tell us.
Yeah. But so at Janet's wedding, and again, not spoiling anything about Janet's wedding other than it was beautiful and wonderful. But there was a crossword puzzle about like fun facts about Isaiah and Janet. And one of the questions was Janet's favorite movie. And so it was very kind that like Kelsey, who was scrambling to try and beat everybody in this crossword puzzle, she's like, Ben, what's Janet's favorite movie? It's this number of spaces. And I was like, Dark Knight, because it fit the number of spaces. Then she's like, no, it has to start with a G. And I was like, I'm so glad I got that immediately. It's Goodfellas. And then there was like a group later on that was struggling to come up with it. But because I remember talking with that alley scene with Janet for so long, I was like, I got this.
Has Janet implied that her favorite movie would be Dark Knight? She
talks a lot about Dark Knight. And so I assumed, let's see. She has probably given, what did she give Dark Knight? She talks a lot about Batman Begins and Dark Knight.
I don't know if this is how the searching works.
It says, well, it popped up in there, I assumed. Let's see, has she reviewed Batman Begins? Good God, Dark Phone! I'm hanging up the phone for the last time. Ah! I can't search for her. Truly, death is just a word. Janet says I only rate movies.
Why don't you click the magnifying glass on her little bar?
That's what I did.
No, you didn't.
This? Yeah, look, and then it brings you up here. And then it's like user-specific search. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe she's never seen Dark Knight.
I guess not. She says she's only reviewed movies I've seen since making the account. Yeah, because I do think it's a slippery slope if it's like, I vaguely recall not liking Ready Player One, so I'm going to put that down.
You got to review it, and that's why you put the date that you watched it, is because it is like, they call it a diary, and I think that is an appropriate name for like what you're doing, is you're just making a little chart of everything you've done.
Right. Okay, let's make these top four.
Okay, yeah, you gotta go make your top four.
Okay, so probably,
profile.
I mean, off the dome, I'd probably say Black Phone 2 is up there.
I mean, certainly in terms of how many times you've seen the name of the film.
Ring ring. It's actually, it's canonical with the Before series. It's like if Ethan Hawke's character dies, then it's called Before Death, I think. Okay, so
Platt Adam in the chat says that the Oregon Trail documentary is on Letterboxd.
Shut up. How do they determine what's on this?
People can just like submit something.
Really? Is there any MinnMax stuff? Oh, weird. 10 people have watched it. 4 people actually liked it. This is crazy. It says director Ben Hansen, editor Ben. That's true. Wow. That's weird to see. Is there any MinnMax stuff? Miramax? What the hell is that? Wait, is there just a MinnMax account that is reviewing The Gorge?
Watches Django and Ford v Ferrari.
What is this? Who is doing this?
That's so funny.
Ooh, Psych Odyssey. Leo, big man. Is it going to be on here?
No,
it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so can I just go right from there to add this to my top 4? Do you think?
I think if you click log here. Oh, look, and it's a review by Chris Plant.
Oh, funny. 1 star from Chris Plant. Wouldn't wipe my butt with this documentary? Chris Plant, come on. Yeah, this is a 5-er. This is a like. And can I go to reviewer log? I'll just go right back to my films and let's just get that in there. So.
Oh yeah, just put it in your top 4.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to edit, of course, and psych. This is a silly. I would never think of this, but of course that's top 4.
I mean, and there are people will be. There are internal debates about like what counts.
Right.
You know, there are some people who logged, for instance, every episode of Twin Peaks: The Return as like a separate film on Letterboxd, and then other people are like, you can't do that. That's not what it's for. So whatever, but it doesn't matter because it's just like you putting your own stuff.
Do you know what's sad about this?
What?
Everything. No, it makes me think, like, remember when you first made your Facebook account? It's like, what's your favorite films? Do you remember that glory? And I still get like ads based on that. And so when I'm thinking like, what are my favorite films? I'm just like, I don't know. What did I put on Facebook in 2005? I'm just thinking back, like, I think Terminator 2 was on there at the time. Yeah. Leo says Nirvana.
That's a great movie to put in the top 4.
That's true. Nirvana, the band, the show is also weirdly on there. But if you have 2 shows in your top 4, you'll be crucified. Okay. I can't do it. So I'm tempted. So I got Jurassic Park and Psych Odyssey. I'm tempted to go for the animated route. Mm-hmm. And so it's the great debate between Toy Story 1 and The Incredibles. Really tough call. I feel like Incredibles somehow feels like the underdog to put in there, but I have like some qualms with the ending of The Incredibles. Like, I don't really like that whole last sequence in the city that much.
Yeah.
And Toy Story is, I think, objectively the perfect film. So I think, put Toy Story 1. And is there a way that I can like John Lasseter in the UI?
You can say I approve of him personally.
Okay. All right.
Janet's being very rude about The Incredibles in the chat.
Hang on. I'm happy to celebrate Janet and her wonderful marriage, but she said, bro, who gives an F about The Incredibles? Everybody on Earth who has a heart and a brain? What are you talking about?
The number of times I played that soundtrack CD that I owned, I wore that thing out.
So damn good. And now, this is now really
it feels
tough.
like this is the spot for like maybe kind of a brainy one. I mean, do whatever you want, but you got like, you got the crowd pleasing blockbuster. You got the personal documentary. You got the animated film. Now it's time for like, and this one could only come from me.
Right. Trailheads. The Oregon Trail documentary. Yeah, this is tough. Yeah, smart stuff. What goes?
Don't let me talk you into anything. You could also put, I don't know. This could also be like a recent one.
Yeah.
You could kind of do it, changing out.
Golly.
Do you have Would a Favorite Linklater go on there?
I mean, Before Midnight's my favorite of the trilogy. But I don't know. This is really tough. I mean, because it is very relevant in several ways. It's like Phantom Thread came to mind, but that feels like trying to be too cool, too hip.
I think that's a great answer.
Yeah, that's too cool for school. You're right, it rounds it out a little bit.
You're right. You should put Avengers Endgame. Who are you trying to impress?
I mean, yeah, it's just, people are going to judge me based on this, you're saying.
They already are. They're judging you based on what you're not putting, what you are putting, how long it's taking.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what is your criteria? Help me out. Guide me through this and I'll answer. It's like, you can't just come from every movie ever, right? So it's like, you're saying we should have something on the smarter end of the spectrum, something that...
Do you have a movie that, like, if... Yeah, go ahead.
I got it. I mean, it's... To say this is the smart end of the spectrum, I feel like a dweeb for you, but I think The Thing is a top 4.
Oh, no, that's an awesome choice.
Yeah. Okay, so Jurassic Park, Psych Odyssey, Toy Story, and The Thing. That about says it, I guess. I mean, like, Groundhog Day, but trying to think, what is the smartest, most subtle film?
Well, okay, we can go away from that, because also I think Psych Odyssey kind of fills that. It's a documentary. Most people don't have a documentary on their top 4. I was going to say, if there's a movie that if someone comes over and they say, I haven't watched that, you're like, oh my God, we're watching that immediately. Yeah. And I would imagine The Thing probably falls into that category.
I think it does. Yeah. I've also, I think, just gotten away in my life. Last Crusade comes to mind as top 4 material, but gotten away in my life from that. I gotta imprint this thing on you. Like, how many times can you go through that in life and have people be like, okay, there, by the end of it, before you just realize?
Me with RRR every day.
Right. Did you log RRR?
I don't know if I was using Letterboxd when I mean, I'm sure. I don't know if I've put it on my list yet.
All right, let me see. Okay, browse by 2020s. Can I just see popular films this week? Can I look for like popular films this year? Oh, interesting. Okay. Is it in cool taste or poor taste to rapid fire some logs here?
Like, again, personally, I wouldn't if I didn't have like the dates of them, but I think for the purposes of content, you should totally do it, and we can talk about them.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, I just had a panic realizing, Raising Arizona isn't in that top 4. That feels like a mistake.
Hey.
Oh, that feels like a mistake. I don't know what
I saw that happen. I was like, did you forget to like pick up your kid or something?
In some ways. Scream as he's on the top of my car. Gosh, I don't know what I bumped for that. Do I bump Toy Story for Raising Arizona? I'm not going to do it. Heart of Hearts. Okay. All right, let's see. What have I seen this year? Let's go through it. Tron Ares, that's a 5-star. One battle after another. That's a great point. This is, can I just do it quickly through here, I wonder? Quick review. Oh, yeah, perfect. All right, One Battle After Another. This feels like a 4.5 to me. I think it's in that.
That's what I gave it.
Yeah, that's a Lincoln territory. Enjoyed that film thoroughly. Although, it's not a criticism, but more just like I think a sign of like watching the movie the first time, where I feel like before there's a time jump, I kind of had a vibe of like, God, I am 10 out of 10 into this movie. I got the vibe. Got it. And then I think as the movie went on, I had moments of just like, okay, like this is going for more of a comedy than I was expecting. And I was kind of thrown by that a little bit of just like, I don't know about that Leo performance. Like it's veering on the dude territory, you know? And it's like, I think if I saw it again, I'd be more prepared for like the tone that it's hitting. But were you also kind of bumped by that of just kind of recalibrating? Like, okay, this is more of a comedy.
Because it's like the first 30 minutes, the like momentum is impossible, like how fast it's moving the entire time. And then once in the middle of the movie, for a long time, I was kind of like, what is this movie about?
Right.
Like what is kind of the primary plot, which is part of the interesting thing of the movie, is kind of like there's so many things happening, and like what's happening to Leo is not necessarily the kind of actual main plot, but it's like what it's allowing us to see.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it again, because you're just kind of like having so much stuff happen to you with so little time to process it.
Right. Yeah. Did you listen to that Spielberg, Paul Thomas Anderson podcast with those two? Okay. Yeah. It's just like a 30-minute DGA director's cut discussion between them, where Spielberg is just like, he says one thing that just kind of makes me reframe the movie, where he's like, this movie could have been called Trust. It's all just about trust. And it's like, in my mind, it was all about like community, you know? But it's like, okay, that's interesting that like trust was kind of the key word. And then thinking about like, without spoilers, like the ending of that movie, kind of the action climax, if you will, as a matter of trust, and when you can perceive things and when you can't, it's like, that's a really interesting read on that reframed that movie for me in a fun way. Weapons I've not seen. Please forgive me. I understand people are gaga about it. The Smashing Machine, call me when they're smashing pumpkins. I'm
seeing that tonight, but I'm not super psyched about it.
I'm sure it'll be very solid. Superman, I liked. Let me review. I think this is a 4-star for me. And I keep thinking about it, so I guess I'll give it a like. I feel inclined to like everything that I have reviewed here. I am behind.
That's all. If you look at my movies, most of them are liked. Because it's like, I tend to like most movies that I watch.
Right. K-Pop Demon Hunters, I've seen the first third of, and I thought it was cool, but I haven't watched the rest yet, so I feel like I can't review that. Sinners, I cannot comment on the fact that I have not seen it yet, and it is a huge point of guilt for me.
You ever seen Perfect Blue? That was the next one.
Perfect Blue. Remind me.
The Satoshi Kon.
Oh, no, I haven't.
I watched that last night because it's back in theaters for
fun. Okay.
Something's anniversary. That movie is insane. Like, you watching it in theaters, you're like, I cannot believe this movie was allowed to be made like this.
Yeah.
But it's great.
I rewatched Paprika on a flight not too long ago, and was kind of horrified by how little it impacted me. It's like, oh, I am a big dummy, because it's just not. I've seen it twice now. It's like it's just not. Not for me.
It's like a smart movie. It might just not be like connected. It's just like
Right.
Are you picking up the vibes or not?
I guess I wasn't.
Do you like Tokyo Godfathers? Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen it. No.
I think you would really like that movie.
Yeah.
It's like a weirdly kind of just sweet holiday movie in his oeuvre of otherwise pretty disturbing, pretty cerebral work.
Can you explain why is this just a random sampling of films when I hit next? Because it's like Good Will Hunting, Scary Movie 1, 28 years later. Are they just feeding me crap, trying to keep me in the system?
I don't know why this is back.
All right, 28 years later, I think that's probably a 4.5 for me.
4.5?
I think so. Yeah, that really worked. Fantastic Four. Great question. I think it's a 2.5. And I'm being generous.
I thought I liked that movie more than you. Seem to dislike it so much you didn't even want to talk about it. I gave it 2 stars.
Yeah.
So what gets lower than 2.5?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, it's just a matter of like I was really busy, and the idea of like carving out more time in the day to make a video about being like, I didn't really like this movie, and putting it up there for Marvel fans to yell at me. I was like, it doesn't seem worth our time.
You can keep doing this, but I'm interested in some of the lists that you have on your phone and importing them. Oh, the black phone.
I am using my black phone.
I want
hang on, Jacob. I have to take this. Oh. Death is just a word. What? Ethan, you devil.
I'm curious about your Projector movies. I want to see that list. So what you can do is create a list within Letterboxd and just put movies in that, and
Now I think I've been deleting them as we've watched them, right? Which I think makes
that's okay. Tough. You can do that on Letterboxd as well.
Okay, so this is interesting. So start your own list. So this is just Projector movies. Sure, anyone can watch it. So this is just stuff that I technically watched, that we watched in the Projector. And we haven't done it in the new house yet. It was just in the old house. We'd have weekly movies.
And so this is stuff that you have watched or you intend to?
Well, I thought I can do intend to?
The lists are not adding it to your diary. The list is just a list. So lots of people have lists of, I want to see this movie.
Okay, great. So yeah, this is the list of things that I want to see. Carnosaur from 1993.
I've never heard of this movie.
It's a dinosaur movie from the same year Jurassic Park released, and it's supposed to be bad and just really bloody. And I was like, that sounds really fun to see. Let's see. Oh, looking at the other list of things that'd be fun to add here. A lot of these are like, okay, what are the crowd pleasers? Oh, you know what? Leo Vader, in honor of you, I have not watched 100 Beavers yet. Isn't that the name of it?
I think it's Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Like the word hundreds of beavers.
Hundreds of beavers. I thought it was like 101 beavers. I wrote down Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't want to watch that. Why would I do that? Rookie of the Year. I feel like getting in baseball season when that's starting, that's a good one to watch on a projector. It's truly one of the best. Let's see. Armageddon I thought would be fun to watch because I have not seen that.
You don't want to watch that on a small screen.
No.
Pointless.
Shaolin Soccer was a favorite of mine back in the day.
I love that movie.
So that one's another good one. And then, let's see. Terminators, yeah. Scott Pilgrim, I have. It'd be fun to watch on the projector. Annie, of course, the John Huston film. A very important one in my childhood. School of Rock is one that the group is pushing for. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a great projector movie. No doubt a great movie.
Do you have nice speakers to go with the projector, or is it just coming out of the projector speaker?
You could hear the songs from School of Rock if that's what you're getting at. Last Action Hero I think would be a fun projector film. So here's a rough list of everything going on here. Oh yeah, Fire in the Sky, Goldeneye I have never seen. Somehow that'd be a good one I think for projector. So I'll save that. So someone in the chat was saying that you can look at the most popular 250 films or whatever.
Yeah.
Can we do that somehow? So rating?
Yeah, I think it's
highest first, and this is like of all time. No.
Here.
Okay, so
this is like they have different criteria.
Top 200,
I'm looking for this as well.
Oh, top 250 narrative films. People are saying. Yeah,
that's
what I'd like.
Okay, yeah. There's also one with the most fans, which is interesting because it's the movies that most people have in their top 4.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think I want to see the all-time. Wait, rating? Popular? Okay, popular or rating? Because I didn't.
Well, this is on lists. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, this is all right. So we got top 250 narrative feature films. Wait, really? This is based on
the average weighted rating.
What type of weight?
Ben, I'm gonna send you a list that I think we should look at on in the cohorts text updates.
Okay, let's see. This is top 250 films with the most fans.
So this is the most people who have it in their top 4.
Interesting. Okay, and we can judge accordingly.
Yeah.
There is no universe. Number 1 is Interstellar? I like Interstellar, but really? Remember that movie where they're like, we got to get away from her Earth. It's inhabitable. Because there's like some dust. But they're like, I guess we'll live on this water planet. It's better than Earth that's a little dusty. Personally, I'd still live on Earth in that scenario. It seemed way better than any semblance of a planet I could find.
I agree.
Okay, thanks. So yeah, probably 2 stars for Interstellar. Should I review these as I go?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, here we go. Interstellar, I mean, I like Interstellar. That's a 3.5-er in my mind. Like, I'm never going to say no to having a good time watching that.
I will say, when I first saw it, I was kind of disappointed, and then I saw it recently in the re-release, and it was like better than I remembered it be. If you're prepared for what it is, because I think I was just unprepared for it to not be hard sci-fi the whole time.
Right.
You know, when it gets a little goofy, I fell off the first time, and now I get it.
I feel like that happens a lot for like rewatching sci-fi movies for me. Is I'm really judgy the first time, and then in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, but it looked awesome, and it was big and cool, and I'm glad weird sci-fi movies like this are being made, you know? So I'm a little lenient, because I like looking at the cool ships. La La Land. I'm not too cool for school. Whiplash is a favorite. Oh, Whiplash is number 6. All right, we'll get to that. La La Land, I think, is probably also a 3.5-er for me. Is that what I gave? Yeah. So La La Land and Interstellar, yeah, that makes sense. 3.5-ers in my mind.
That's interesting that I'm trying to look. Is Chazelle the only person or the only director who has like 2 movies in the top
10?
15?
Oh. Yeah, where?
When you get the 18 and 19 are both Miyazaki.
Nolan
and then,
for Neller and
Nolan 1 and 16.
Yeah, that could be. Okay, number 3 is Dead Poets Society. This is a 4-star. I feel like this was born to be a 4-star. Who are we kidding? Have you seen Dead Poets Society, Jacob?
Not in a long time. I have seen it, but it didn't. I don't remember it with any kind of anything other than. Do you know that SNL sketch where they're all standing up on the desk, then Pete Davidson's head get chopped off? That's a good one.
I feel like that. I agree. But I feel like that type of joke with SNL is like, well, this always works. Let's just have one violent thing happen out of nowhere. You know, and it's like I always.
So that's the one that works for me, and then every other one is tired.
Yes, I think so. All right, Eternal Sunshine, even a flawless film like Naked Gun, which I just rewatched. There is a bit where he like lifts a body and the head like gets decapitated in the fan. I'm still like, that's like one of the least funny bits in that movie. Eternal Sunshine, Jesus Christ, how do you review Eternal Sunshine? That's probably a 4.5-er, I'd have to say. Fight Club, oh God. How do you review a movie that's so important to you? You haven't seen it for so long.
And that when I was in college, in my dorm room, I had not 1, not 2, but 3 different Fight Club posters.
That's good. Now, how does that...
I think I bought 1, and then people kept giving them to me because I never shut up about it because I was a freshman in college.
Someone doesn't know the first rule.
Believe me.
Now, how does that compete with I bought a Fight Club soap logo patch and put it on my jacket? Is that?
I mean, I think we're equally cool dudes at this point.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I'd go 4.5. I'd go 4.5 for Fight Club.
What I think is interesting about this list is it's not just kind of like what's the best movie, but these are movies that people are thinking of as like, this defines my movie taste.
Yeah.
In the same way that you feel about Jurassic Park. And so it's like, It's not surprising to me that Fight Club is up there. It is surprising to me that Dead Poets Society would be number 3.
I think it's the way you kind of get across, like, I like Robin Williams, I have a sense of humor, but also I'm deeper than you think. Like, it's a nice sensitive kind of Venn diagram thing. Whiplash, I think Whiplash is a 5er. I freaking love Whiplash. I was so excited the first time I watched that movie. I felt like I am watching something new and fresh. It is fast.
I like this 3 in a row here of Little Women, 10 Things I Hate About You, and Pride and Prejudice. If Annie was making a top 4, those might be 3 of them. Certainly 10 Things I Hate About You and Pride and Prejudice would be on there.
Yeah. We already talked about Annie. We all agreed Annie was 4 stars.
Did you see, I assume you saw Leo's Pride and Prejudice thing?
Yes.
One of the best things.
Oh, wait, no, I did not. I did not actually see that. I did not. Oh,
well, look, you don't support Leo on Patreon because he posted it up there.
Shut up. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. I'll get to Pride and Prejudice. Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's a good question. I think this might be a 3.5 for me, if I may. Maybe that feels rude, and maybe if I was just getting out of the theaters, I'll feel differently about it.
That's a hard one of like, if I saw that and then I never heard anyone talk about it ever, what would I think about that movie? Because unfortunately the conversation was so like drowning for it in every direction that I'm like, I don't even remember what I thought before discourse happened.
How much do you think it impacts a movie talking about it after you walk out of the theater, and specifically the group? You know, sometimes like I'll watch like a really good movie, but just like the post-movie conversation in the lobby isn't really lighting me on fire. And I think that happened with that movie. I was just kind of like, that's an interesting movie. I just don't think we're having a great conversation about it after. And now maybe that's soiling the well for my thought on it, you know?
My preferred movie exit experience. I love talking about movies, but like just after I've seen them, I do think I like to like just to drive home, often listening to that movie's soundtrack and just have, 10, 12 minutes to like decompress and figure out what I think about it.
That's helpful. That's nice. I remember seeing Boy and the Heron and like walking out of that and just this guilty feeling amongst the entire group where we all are like, it was good, but just like incapable of having any conversation about it. 'Cause it was just like, I know I'm supposed to be cool and like it, but I don't know what we're supposed to talk about after seeing that movie.
And some movies are like that. Not Boy and the Heron, but like where you just kind of end up like nitpicking random things, even if you didn't dislike it, just because that's the easiest thing to talk about.
Yep.
Is like, remember how silly that piece of technology was?
Yes.
Where it's like, that's not actually what I feel, but that's the easiest thing to talk about right now.
Yeah. And the most I've thought about Boy and the Heron, I think, in the last year is on the latest Pew Pew Bang. Everybody listened to it. I think it was on the latest, where they were talking about Miyazaki. Somehow it's like, oh, we're talking about fire and Miyazaki. And somebody on Pew Pew Bang is like, oh, Miyazaki's known for his fire. And like as a joke, sarcastically or whatever, and I was screaming at the podcast like, that fire scene in Boy and the Heron in the beginning is like an amazing piece of animation. I wanted to scream about it.
I would say that's literally true, because the fire scene in Boy and the Heron, the fire scene in The Wind Rises, and Calcifer is a main character in Howl's Moving Castle, and he's literally fire.
Yeah. Is Pew Pew Bang on this site? I'm going to tear into him. Let him have it.
They're award-winning.
Speaking of which, Little Women, even if I didn't just bash Pew Pew Bang, Little Women's a 5 stars. I remember walking out of that movie being like, there's nothing else you can do in a film. This is covering every emotion, an aspect of humanity. Like, I gotta love it. No, this is interesting. 10 Things I Hate About You. I think that's a 4 star. I think it's a 4-star joint. Now let me check.
How far do you have to go down in this list? And it might be very close to a movie you haven't seen.
We're getting there. Pride and Prejudice, I watched probably 9 years ago. I don't know if I feel confident enough. It was probably, 3 glasses of wine deep. I'll give it 3 stars. I don't know.
But here's the best thing for dudes like you and me. Here's the best thing about watching Pride and Prejudice now is that the Mr. Darcy is Tom from Succession. And in every scene you just get to be like, that's Tom. Yeah. It's like it never gets old just watching him do something that you are not used to him doing.
Silly Tom. Interesting. Dead Poet Society and Good Will Hunting. See, this is like I like Robin Williams from pop culture, but I'm also smart. I think so.
Yeah, people aren't putting Aladdin up here, even though that's what they mean.
That's exactly right. That said, Good Will Hunting's a 4.5-er. I mean, I'm only human. If that movie comes on, I'm gonna love it. And look, if you judge me for only giving it 4.5 stars, it's not my fault. Perks of Being a Wallflower. This is where the chain combo shatters. I've never seen it.
Me as well. Yeah. I haven't seen that movie.
So I guess 1 star. Now this is probably where I need to be, what's it called? Dragged and quartered? What's that phrase?
Drawn
and quartered. I've never seen Parasite.
Great movie.
I know everybody. Call Me by Your Name. I don't think I saw Call Me by Your Name. But I could be wrong. Coraline, number 15. Interesting.
It's cool. It was recently, I mean, last year, or maybe this year, it was in theaters again for like a long time. Like it had a prominent reshowing. So I feel like sometimes that reminds people how much they like these.
I'm going to give Coraline 3.5, which is maybe controversial.
I do want to, I want to say I agree with Smee the Nation in the chat that of these top 20, Parasite is probably the, or maybe of the top 15, Parasite is the best film.
Okay. That's good.
Not even necessarily my favorite, but like the best one.
Better than Little Women.
Yeah. Of the top 20, I think Spirited Away is the best one.
Okay. All right.
Wait, Fantastic Mr. Fox is number 17?
Number 17.
That's on mine.
You're part of the problem.
That's my easy answer to my favorite movie.
Well, okay. You might want to look away in a little bit when I get to review it. All right. Dark Knight, next one. Who's gonna? God, I'm giving it 4 stars. I think.
Good for you.
I think. I don't. Yeah. I've lived long enough to become a villain, everybody. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm not a Wes Anderson nut. I like Moonrise Kingdom the most. I saw this movie after a lot of hype, and I said, okay, there. Now, maybe I was just in a bad mood. I'm giving it a good 3, and I will not be judged for it.
I'm judging.
Okay. Howl's Moving Castle. Now, if this is a review of the iPhone game, that's 5 stars, baby. Correct. Now, again, this is where I out myself as a fake-ass anime dweeb. Howl's Moving Castle, I don't remember if I've seen, which I understand is damning. I would have seen it 20 years ago. I don't think I saw it.
Howl's Moving Castle is comfortably in the bottom half of my Miyazaki's. It's like all of his movies are masterpieces, but among them, I don't like it that much.
Okay.
And then Spirited Away is a perfect movie.
Now, here's where, again, I get blasted. Spirited Away, important, cool. I'm just going to put a number on here, and I don't want to hear a peep out of anybody.
That's good content. Don't talk about what he's about to do.
If anybody mentions what I've done on this day, you're banned. You're banned. Shawshank Redemption. Now, here's a goddamn film. This is a solid Spirited Away topper, they call it.
Movie that I don't have to wonder about what's going on.
All right. I think that's probably a good place to put it. Let's see. Is Black Phone 2 anywhere on this list? Oh, this is good. I could do this all day. It's almost like I could do this in another episode, Jacob, of just going down and continuing to review all of these films. So.
It's just so interesting of like what people pick for the Perks of Being a Wallflower number 12.
Yeah.
Is just so like, damn, that's a kind of person, you know? Like, it's not me, but it's they're people where that's like a defining movie for them.
And I like that from this list, it does have that feeling of like, oh, I'm glad women use this thing. You know, like I think it'd be very easy for this to be just Dark Knight number 1. But seeing stuff like Perks of a Wallflower is like, okay, there's a range here. All right, everybody, that's it for, of course, Ben Makes a Letterboxd. You can vote for more episodes of this. Maybe next week more people could join us. We could be checking out other people's Letterboxd, all that fun stuff. But if you want to help support independent games media, you can go to patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. Jump in at the $10 tier if you want to vote for another episode of this next week. Or if you jump in again at that $2 tier even, or if you upgrade your tier, any sort of upgrade, I'll DM you on Patreon with a Steam code for Promise Mascot Agency. Leo, if you're still in the chat, let us know if you sound off on this, but at least earlier in the year, Leo was like, oh, that's a lock for my top 10. He loved it so much, and it's overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam for Promise Mascot Agency, so we'll post on social media if we run out of codes for that game. Otherwise, there we go. Jacob Geller, thank you for joining me on this grand filmic adventure.
Now, here's the question. The next time you watch a film, are you going to log it on Letterboxd?
That's a great question. I think I will, but here's my caveat is every time I log a film, I'm lowering my review of Spirited Away by 1 star. So
you can only get to like 8 more films.
No, I think I just will never have it on my phone. You know, I think that might be
I don't know. I know that downloading an app sucks. Personally, the phone experience is way better than the desktop experience for me, because you don't have to see all this extra bullshit. Like when I log on to Letterboxd on my phone, there's a plus sign at the bottom, and I click that and I write Fiddler on the Roof, add it to my diary, and then I close the app. Like that's what you do. I just don't want to be confused when I boot up the app though, because I'm like, I don't know, is death the end or not? Like I just need something to remind me. Ben, there are no ads for the Black Phone 2 on the phone app, ironically.
Oh, that's strange. All right, well, there you go. Leo says that Promise Mascot Agency, it still isn't his top 10. I think of it often. That's great. Wow. Awesome. Cool. Thanks so much, Leo. In the chat says Letterboxd, the only ethical app. You run out of stuff to read in 5 minutes and move on. All right, that does sound pretty good. All right, thanks so much, everybody. We'll be back next week if you vote for this. Otherwise, we'll have a new show. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye. Every week, we let Patreon supporters choose which new show we create with New Show Plus. Should we create another episode of the show you just watched? Check out the biggest new game release? Get into Sea of Thieves? Create an exercise show? It is your call. So thanks to everybody who subscribes on YouTube or supports us over on Patreon. MinnMax exists because of you. As always, if you enjoy MinnMax content, any help telling a friend is appreciated.